Okay, so as we are dealing with terminologies of network, so let us find some more terms which are used in network. Last video I explained you all about NIU, that is Network Interface Unit, and even I explained you about MAC address. There I told you that MAC address is simply a 6-byte address in which the very first 3 byte is the manufacturer ID, and this manufacturer ID is assigned to the manufacturer by an international organization, that is IEEE, and the last 3 byte, this is the card number, and this card number is assigned by the manufacturer. Okay, so this is MAC address. Simply we can say MAC address is a 6-byte address, and to every device the NIC manufacturer assigns a unique physical address, so that unique address is termed as a MAC address. Okay, the MAC address can be hexadecimal format. Hexadecimal format means what? That means in hexadecimal number there are total 16 numbers, 0 to 9 and A to F. So 0 to 9 comprises 10 numbers, and A to F it will be 6. So total there are 16 numbers in hexadecimal format. So here I think in the example itself it's clear, since you can find the digits which we are making use of, like here B is there, as well as 2 E F C. See this example, F C E B, these alphabets are used because this is of hexadecimal format. Okay, so this is all about MAC address, which is media access control address. Okay, so MAC address is totally a physical address which is assigned by the NIC manufacturer, so that unique number is termed as the MAC address, which will be of 6 byte and separated by a colon symbol. Okay, so today I am going to explain you about IP address. Let us see what is this IP address, or IP stands for Internet Protocol. So it is Internet Protocol address. Okay, see, even today I am going to tell you about the difference between these two, that is MAC and IP. So just find what is this IP address or Internet Protocol address. The name says Internet Protocol. So somehow you can link this IP address to internet related terms, right? Like I can link this IP address to internet. So this was not in case of MAC address, right? It was media access control address, and in case of IP, the name on itself says Internet Protocol address. So we can say that IP address is all about the network. That means IP address is all about the address of a network, or we can say IP address is all about unique address of a network. So I told you the definition of IP address. Let us further check about it. Protocol, see, IP stands for Internet Protocol. I think we all know meaning of internet. And protocol means what? Protocol means certain rules, and that rules are to be followed. So that set of rules is termed as protocol. So this is what mentioned here. There are set of rules for communication, which is called as a protocol. Protocol in itself says the rules. A network that follows TCP/IP protocol is termed as TCP/IP network. Now see, what does this TCP/IP means? Actually, TCP/IP is a protocol. If I am saying protocol, that means there are certain rules regarding TCP/IP. Okay, and TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol / IP. IP means what? Internet Protocol. So the network which follows this TCP/IP protocol, that network is termed as TCP/IP network. Why? Because they are following the TCP/IP protocol, and this TCP/IP is what? This is certain. When you find this, so TCP/IP is a model, and based upon this model there are certain functionalities that totally varies if we use another model. So the protocol is TCP/IP. Okay, we don't need to move in more detail about this models. So just find what does this actually mean. We are more concerned about the IP address. So if I'm going to tell you about the models, the layers and all, so I don't think that is needed for you all. Just remember what is this TCP/IP. So I'm telling you all that TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, and IP is what? Internet Protocol. So such network that follows the TCP/IP protocol, that is termed as TCP/IP network. I repeat, the protocol is TCP/IP. Okay. So the network that uses the TCP/IP network, that uses the TCP/IP protocol is termed as a TCP/IP network. Okay, and internet follows this protocol. That means we use internet. So internet, if anyone is going to ask you that which protocol internet use, so that is TCP, that is internet, that is the TCP/IP protocol. That means internet uses this protocol, that is TCP/IP. Okay. Now this point is very important. Every machine on a TCP/IP network has a unique identifying number called as an IP address. I told you all that if I'm saying about internet protocol, so internet protocol is all about internet, and if I'm saying the unique address of a network, so that unique address of a network is termed as an IP address. So that definition is given here. Every machine on a TCP/IP network has a unique identifying number called as an IP address. So every machine or every device which is on a network, they have a unique number which identifies it. That unique number is termed as an IP address. So as we have seen in case of MAC address, it was just a device number. Okay. And but if I'm saying about a network, if I'm saying about the unique address of a network, so this unique address of a network obviously will vary from one network to another. Okay, more will be clear when I'm going to tell you about the difference. So as in the case of MAC address, the addressing was of 6 bytes and each byte was separated by a colon symbol. Let us find what is there in case of MAC address. IP address are needed so that different networks can communicate with each other. Yes. If I'm saying why we need IP address, so IP address is what? This is a unique address of a network, and it is needed so that the communication can be easily done from one network to another network. And failure of this IP address, this communication is not going to happen. Okay. So even I'm going to explain you how this communication is done because of an IP address. So let us find this. Its syntax, how it's written. So IP addresses are normally written in a dotted decimal form. I repeat, it is written in dotted decimal form. That means what? IP address uses decimal format, and decimal format means 0 to 9 numbers only. It can never be an alphabet, that too from A to F. Okay, so IP address, these are written in decimal format with each byte separated by a dot symbol. Okay, so see, and it is of 4 byte. That is, IP address always will be of 4 byte, and that too it is written in dotted format. That means the symbol which is used here is a dot symbol. So one example is given here, that is 127.0.0.1. Likewise, one other example is given, 10.217.1.1. So this is all about IP address, and we know it very well that whatever we write in decimal format or in any other format, so computer converts this in terms of binary, and binary means what? 0 to 1. So this 216, 27, 61 as well as 137 is converted to this binary format, and then the functionality is done by a computer. Okay, so this is all about IP address. Now I'm going to tell you what is the difference between these two. Means if we are saying IP addresses and if we are saying MAC address, so what is the actual difference between these two? Okay, one more, I just want to add one more point, this one. See, actually thing is what, this IP address comes in 2 versions. This is a very important point. If you want to note, please note such points. Okay, I think I have provided you all. With notes. Just make and keep your copy ready. See, IP address, this comes in 2 versions. The very first version is IP version 4, and second is version 6. Okay, So see, if I'm saying version 4, so version 4 uses 32-bit for an IP address. So if I'm saying 32-bit, so approximate it means 2 to the power 32. It comes about 4 billion. So that means what, at a time, or if we are using IP version 4, so 4 billion different IP address can be given. That means 4 billion people or 4 billion computers or 4 billion addresses can be given by this version, that is IP version 4. Okay, but we all know it very well that internet users are increasing day by day, right? And since users are increasing, so obviously more IP addresses is to be given, right? So what is to be done? For this reason IP version 6 came into existence. So if I'm saying IP version 6, so it uses 128 bit. That means 4 billion into 4 billion into 4 billion into 4 billion into 4 billion. This many different IP addresses can be given. So this is the versions. This is the version, that is IP version 4 and IP version 6. A very simple example I want to share it with you. Suppose if you want to check what is your MAC address and what is your IP address, so what we can do is, in your cell phone, just go to settings. There move to about phone, and onto about phone section, just find status. As soon as you'll open the status tab, what you'll find? You'll find different options will be given. There you can find MAC address, and exactly you can find what is your device address, what is your device MAC address, and likewise there you find the option as IP. So onto IP address you can find which version is there onto your cell phone, as well as you'll find what is the IP address of your network. Okay, so just do check it if you are interested, and from with this even you can find what is the version on which your network is working. Okay, so now I'm going to now just find the difference between IP address as well as MAC address. People often gets confused between these two, because moreover if I say address, IP and MAC, so they both are a unique address, right? This is a very common thing. But what will be the difference? So let us find what are the difference between these two. See, IP address is what? IP address is assigned by network administrator or internet service provider. I think we all know what is an internet service provider. Okay, internet service provider, or we say it as ISPs, means like Airtel. This is an internet service provider, like Vodafone, BSNL. These are internet service providers. So obviously this IP address, this is assigned by any network administrator or internet service provider. Okay, but this MAC address is assigned by the manufacturer. MAC address is assigned by the manufacturer. Okay, now see, second point is, when computer is transferred from one network to another, then IP address gets changed, but MAC address remains the same. Now see, suppose right now I am working upon LAN 1, that is local area network 1. Suppose my IP address right now is 1.0.0.1. Just take an example. This is not the correct one, just a random value I am telling you all. It's 1.0.0.1. Suppose right now, as I am working upon LAN, that is local area network 1. So right now my IP address is 1.0.0.1. But if I am saying IP address, so IP address, just remember this point very carefully, that IP address gets changed as we shift from one network to another, but your MAC address will remain the same. Your MAC address will remain the same. It is your device number. Suppose if your device number is, that means your device number is suppose 1. So even if you shift from one network to another, that will be 1, right? But if I am saying IP address, so IP address is what? Internet protocol address. That means address of a network. As we are shifting from one network to another network, so definitely your IP address is going to be changed, right? Now come back to the example. Right now suppose I am working upon LAN 1, my address is 1.0.0.1. Now suppose I shifted to LAN 3. There obviously my IP address will be changed, because the network right now the network right now is my LAN 3. So my IP address will be changed. but this will not happen in case of MAC address because this is your device number, and obviously device number is not going to be changed. Okay, coming to third point, from IP address it is usually possible to track tentative location of the computer. Now let's see, it's very obvious thing, and I think we know it very well, that cyber crimes, if cyber crimes is increasing, and so if any person is to be caught, so what they do, they simply track the location based upon their IP address only, right? If you are saying hackers and all, so based upon their IP address only we can catch them. There is no other possible ways apart from this IP address. There might be some possible ways, but the basic location, the basic thing which they do is tracking their IP address. So with this IP address we can easily track the location of tentative location of any particular device. But obviously if I am saying about MAC address, so if we are using a device and if any MAC address is given to that particular device, so obviously it's not possible to track the location of that particular computer. So this is certain difference between IP and MAC address. I hope this difference is clear. If not, message me on WhatsApp so that I can make these things clear. Okay, this is IP address and MAC address. Next is domain name. Now I think you might have heard about this domain name. Actually it is a unique name assigned to a website. Suppose your example is CBSE. Directly what we do, we search like CBSE, we search cbse.nic.in. So that is www.cbse.nic.in. This complete in itself says it's a website. So if any unique name is given to a website, so that unique name is termed as a domain name. That is www.cbse.nic.in is a domain name. Okay, so domain name is nothing, it's just a unique name which is assigned to a website. Okay, if you know the URL of a website, then you can access it. If you know the URL means what? That is Uniform Resource Locator. URL, I think you all know it very well. When you search something, so you can find that in the address bar. So that says that is the thing that is written like HTTPS. That complete is known as a URL. So if you know the URL, so you can easily open a website. You can easily access that website. So that URL is a domain name of the website. So the URL which we use is a domain name of a website. Now see how this domain name works and what actually are the parts of a domain name. So the very first is www. So this is the very first part of a domain name. Right now I told you an example, that is www.cbse.nic.in. This is our domain name. In layman term, directly what we do, we write down CBSE. Okay, and as soon as we write down CBSE, we simply press enter. So you can find there are certain links, and we click the very first option, that is CBSE, where you can find the website, right? We actually seek for a particular website. So we open it and then we perform the functions. But if I am saying if I know the website, so what I'll do, I directly will be using such website, and that website is termed as a domain name. So the very first part of such domain name is www, that is World Wide Web. Second is name describing website purpose. As I told you, example is www.cbse. My second part is CBSE. So this CBSE is telling my purpose. That means this is telling me that I'm gonna open this CBSE website. And the third is top level domain. Now see, what is this top level domain? Everything like after second part is CBSE. The third part is what? Top level domain, which we say like .com, .in, .net, .org and so on. This is termed as top level domain. So you can find top level domains such as .com, .net, .org, .in, .jp, etc. So domain name usually has more than one part, that is top level domain name, or primary domain name and subdomain name. So basically it's divided into two parts. The very first is top level domain name, and second part is what? The actual domain name. Okay, now see, in domain name cbse.nic.in, this .in, in domain name, that is cbse.nic.in, this in is termed as a primary domain name. See this point. This point says that your domain name is divided into basically two parts, that is top level domain, or it is termed as a primary domain name, and second part is the subdomain name. So in the example, there is cbse.nic.in. This in is a primary domain name and this nic is a subdomain of in. So see, what does this actually mean? In over here means the country name. So in stands for India, and nic tells that this nic is under this in, this sub part. So that this in means India, and this nic tells that this is sub part of this in. There are limited number of top level domain, and these are divided into two categories: generic domain name and country specific domain name. So top level domain name, again I'm telling you all, that is in. This is a top level domain, obviously is a primary domain. So this is country specific. This is again of two categories. This is generic and country specific. So in is what is the country specific. Okay, and second part is generic domain name. So let's find what is generic domain name. That means .com, that is used for commercial business. .edu is used for education institution. Next is .gov. Just correct it. This is .gov. It's not GDU. It's .gov. Gov, that means government agency. This is government agency. Just correct this one. .gov, this stands for okay, this is .gov, that is a government agency. Then .mil, MIL means what? It's for military purpose. .net is for network organization, and .org means for any organization. So this is termed as generic domain name. I repeat, the top level domain is again categorized into two, that is generic and country specific. For generic, we can say .com, .edu, .org, .net. These are generic. Second is country specific. That means if I say .in, so .in stands for India, .au for Australia, .ca for Canada, .ch for China, .nz for New Zealand, .pk for Pakistan, .us for United States of America, .jp for Japan. So these are certain country specific domain name, and this is totally about domain name. So I repeat, domain name is simply a unique name of a particular website. Example, I'm telling you www.cbse.nic.in. Here the very first part is www, second part is simply which tells the purpose, and third part is top level domain. Now this top level domain is categorized into two, that is country specific and generic domain name. Generic means like .com, .nic, .org and so on. And if I say country specific, so that is .in, .au, .ch, this tells the country name. Okay, and even we say that country specific, and again we can find that if I say nic.in, so here in is country specific domain name and nic is a sub part of this .in. Okay, the last term which we use here in network is domain name resolution. Now see, whatever we do, like even if I type CBSE, so the functioning happens because based upon their IP address. So domain name resolution, what is functioning of domain name resolution? Simply it simply generates the IP address from a particular domain name. Like as soon as I have written cbse.nic.in, so obtaining IP address from this cbse.nic.in, this is functioning of a domain name. So the definition is given here. Domain name resolution is the process of getting corresponding IP address from a domain name. Means whatever IP address, whatever domain name you have, if if we are searching something, so as I told you that everything which we search, this is done based upon their IP address. Okay, so the process of obtaining or getting the IP address from a particular domain name, this is work of a domain name resolution. Okay, so domain name resolution, this domain name resolution simply translate the domain name to IP address. This point is given here. So this point is given, domain name resolution translates the domain name to an IP address. So this translation work, this conversion of domain name to an IP address, this functioning is done by a domain name resolution. Now see how does this actually work. Now see, this functioning is written here. This function you can find, it happens as follow. So just read this very carefully, but I am telling you all in oral format. See, whenever we whenever we search anything on the web browser, right, what we do, we simply open Google page and there we type anything what we want to search. So as soon as you type anything onto the web browser's search engine, so the browser first check your computer's operating system. That means first of all the browser will find your computer onto your computer to find if IP address is there onto your device or not. So how it's going to check? That means first of all, as soon as I have written suppose google.com and suppose I am going to search what is google.com. So as soon as I will type google.com onto your web browser, so first of all your web browser will search onto your computer's operating system, because earlier you might have searched for it, right? So that IP address is stored somewhere onto your device. So if present, so directly you will get you are able to fetch the details from that particular IP address. But suppose if not, so suppose if that is not present, so a special server that is known as a domain name server is contacted, and from this domain name server you can seek your IP address and then you can easily find whatever you want. So the functionalities is written here. Suppose you mention a URL in a web browser to visit a website. Means you want to open a particular website. The browser first check your computer to find if the IP address of the server corresponding to the domain name is present. That's what I told you. First of all, as soon as you will type something, it is going to check to your computer if the IP address of a particular website which we want to open is present onto your device or not. If this address is present, then with the help of this address the corresponding server is contacted and then the website opens in your browser. That means if that address is present onto your device, then with the help of that address only the corresponding server is contacted and then whatever you want to open, that is opened onto your web browser. Otherwise, and suppose if not, otherwise the browser sends this domain name to some specific server called domain name server. If not, suppose if I am saying if it's present, so it's all fine. Directly from your operating system only, the server, because of your operating system only, the corresponding server is contacted because the IP address from your operating system is fetched, and then whatever you want to search, this is opened. Okay, but suppose if not, suppose it's not there onto your operating system, so then a special server, that is domain name server, is contacted. So somehow we can say that this domain name server is contacted, and this domain name server has IP address for every website. So from here this IP address is fetched, and then whatever you want to open, you can find it onto a web browser. Okay, so this functionality is written. This is very important, and if it's not clear, let me know so that I can make this thing clear. Okay, so in the next video I am going to tell you the meaning of some other terms regarding network.